What's up, all my kaiju friends and fans? Phil the Kaiju King back yet again, another video. Going through some Funko this time. I do have the box. Funko Pop number 1543. It is Suko from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. It's the regular size Funko, which is roughly 4-inch scale. Of course, Suko was, everybody was calling him the Son of Kong. I remember before that movie came out that everybody was saying it was Son of Kong, before the title of the movie got released, Son of Kong, and now we know why, because of Suko in the movie. It's naturally to think, you know, Son of Kong with the little ape that's like a third of the height of Kong, you know, in the movie. But he looks more toward the, to be honest, the really kin to Scar King, because he's more of an orangish type of collar. But obviously he was devious in the beginning of the film, trying to betray Kong a time or two, and set him up that the Drowned Viper would, he thought the Drowned Viper would kill Kong, and negative, that ain't happening. Kong is the king of the Hollow Earth. He's the big king of the Hollow Earth. Suko, how dare you? So he tried to set him up, and then he finally did kind of set him up when he took him to their home deep in the Hollow Earth, and Scar King tried to challenge Scar King, and Kong was holding his own fairly well against Scar King. And then of course he released Shimo, and it went south for Kong from there. But Suko learned the error of his ways by the end of the film, and he struck the deciding blow in that movie that shifted everything towards Godzilla and Kong in the tag team title match versus Shimo and Scar King. These little Funkos are pretty cool. I always have liked them. I thought I would get away from them when I happened to sell my stuff last year because of medical. But then I went right back to them because I just think they're pretty cool. You can see that sculpting of the hair and the hands. Hands are like a grayish color, the hands and feet. Brownish color predominantly with the hair, but I think it should be a little bit more of an orangish tinge like it was in the movie on him. Of course, the Funko eyes, green eyes. He's got the little scar over his right eye like he had in the movie. That's kind of cool. They did that. Big round Funko signature eyes. Pretty neat little figure here of Suko. We'll do some comparisons with old Suko here. Let's do that now. Alright everyone, here's a Scar King on the throne Funko. The same scale as this here. Suko. Alright, we'll do a few more comparisons. Let's do that now. Alright everyone, here's the Super Pop Kong 2024. Well, they're roughly 6-inch scale. Alright, let's do another one. Let's do that now. Alright everyone, here's my Jumbo Pop Godzilla 1954 70th anniversary. Now those are 10-inch scale, I think, roughly. Alright, I'll move on to some quick final thoughts here. Let's do that now. Alright everyone, I'm back. Funko Pop number 1543, Suko from Godzilla X Kong: New Empire. Pretty cool little Funko. Another one that I put up in here on my shelf. My other Funkos, I got pretty much all of them on one shelf there. Pretty neat figures. I'm glad I found these. I love these. I love the U2's collectibles. If you haven't checked those out, check those out. They got some neat Godzilla ones. I love the Enshrined Monster series by Bandai Banpresto, and then of course Max Plus D for Reals. Those are the 4 main small scale figures I collect with little size. Alright everybody, I'll close out this video. I want to thank everyone who tunes in. This is Phil the Kaiju King. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk again soon.